Hello everyone, I am recording this mere hours, I believe that right now it is 10 o'clock. I'm recording this mere hours before Bayonetta 3 comes out. I had a lot to say about the release of this game, so I thought I'd start a new series, kinda, where right before a new game comes out I'll make a video about it, the state of it, right before it came out, like for Bayonetta 3 I'll go over what, people are thinking, what reviews it's got, and what I've been thinking. Just my own personal opinion before a review comes out, because it takes me a little bit to finish a game and finish a review. So yeah, I'm going to do this for Sonic Frontiers 2, and it is, I tried to write it up here, but I realized it's mirrored there, but it is day 1785 of waiting for this game, right here. It's been a while, in fact, it's been so long that I was in middle school when this game got announced, and I was finishing high school when the trailer came out, and I'm almost done with my first semester of college when the game's actually releasing. That's crazy. I even interviewed someone else to see when they, their opinion on the time difference, what they experienced. Take a look.
When Bayonetta 3 was announced, I said my sword was a tool of justice, not used in anger, not used for vengeance. But now I'm not so sure. And besides, I'm not a Bayonetta fan.
So yeah, this series will basically be me sharing my opinions on the game, what it's looking like. It'll be right before I play it. For Bayonetta 3, I'll be playing it tomorrow night or tomorrow morning. Or Saturday morning, so 2 days from now. If, plans to go awry, because, busy week and all that, which is why I could barely get this video out on time. It's been crazy. But yeah, as you can see, my Goku Fortnite card kind of teases the next video coming out, which is also Bayonetta related. Because I was meant to get that out, but again, it's been a long one. So please enjoy the state of Bayonetta 3. Welcome to the state of Bayonetta 3. Now, while I talk, I'll be playing the Lost Witch Trials in Bayonetta 2 because I never actually have. Didn't know about them until recently, honestly. So, yes, I'm going to be going through them, talk my opinions on, the state of Bayonetta 3 right now. So, we are mere hours away, again, from its, when most people who want to play it are going to be playing it, right? So we got, people are obviously playing it early. And so, what we're going to be talking about is, their opinions right now. My opinions on how the trailers were looking and stuff like that. I will say I'm not very good at this game, so mind any poor gameplay you see. But yeah, so firstly, let's talk about, the Bayonetta-shaped elephant in the room. The Helena Taylor thing is very funny. So yeah, I woke up to that twice. First was when she first made the videos. I was just waking up, and I was like, oh, Helena Taylor tweeted. I wonder what that's about. So I log in and I watch the videos, and I was like, oh goodness, this is going to be bad. And sure enough, oh, my phone fell. Sure enough, it ended up being the biggest dumpster fire of this whole game. Launch-wise, what's it called? Their reputation. Reputation-wise, this game is ruined forever, probably. And that sucks, especially for the people working on it. And we know that she was lying. It came out later on that there were, clearly Platinum Games had originally paid her about 10K, and then decided to up it to 15K. To which she said, no, that's a lie. People went, okay, Helena, what's your story? So then, the other time I woke up to her, I woke up to her thread, where she basically became her own Kamiya, who, by the way, was suspended off Twitter during this, because he started blocking too many people, because he's the man child. So he's off Twitter, and Helena Taylor is doing her thing. Then he comes back, he says something like, before he got suspended, he's like, beware my rules of not talking in English. And so he's off, and then Helena Taylor makes a new thread, which I believe at this point Hideki Kamiya was back on Twitter, but makes a new thread saying, guys, I was not lying about my pay in the last one. So she presents to tell us the real numbers. 10,000 and 15K, which is exactly what Platinum Games told us. And I was like, Are you kidding me? All that about, no, guys, I was not lying, and you just admitted you were lying right now. So yeah, so it turns out she was lying, which really sucks. And I don't know her her reasoning. Why would she lie about this? It's just ruining her chances at another job. And I get that she doesn't do much besides Bayonetta, but like doing NDA like this is basically gonna cost her out of any job that she wants to get paid from. So like, what's the point of doing this and then lying about it? And like you could have said the real numbers and maybe people would understand a little more. But even then, you didn't present it. The sessions are a couple hours and you're getting a lot of money, so you have to like present it well, and you didn't present it well at all. Especially because people are already kind of weirded out by the fact that you were making fun of, not making fun of, but you were kind of being mean towards Jennifer Hale for some reason. And so yeah, so that whole thing transpired, and I was on, obviously, I was, supportive of Telltale Taylor. I said I would still buy the game, but there is a major voice acting problem in the industry, and the fact that she chose to bring it up like this really sucks. And I hope it doesn't stop voice actors from coming out about their stories, because there's some really bad pay in the game industry and in the anime industry if you're a Mob Psycho fan. So it's like, that sucks. So we are a few days off, and then reviews start coming out. And again, I wake up to this. There's a review going around that basically was, and it was more of a, not even a review, it was more just their opinion on the ending, essentially. And what they were saying was basically, I think the ending was heteronormative, and that, that she wasn't satisfied with it. And honestly, I didn't read it, to be honest. I didn't want spoilers. I've been waiting for this game for almost 5 years now. I didn't want spoilers at this point, right? Which, of course, I got some anyway. Nothing terrible, but... So I read a snippet of the review, which spoiled it. That was the spoiler that I was talking about. But, so I mean, I don't... People were kind of like... I don't know the term for it, but they were, like, going at her, like, in the replies. And, like, it was really bad. Like, I don't know why people were so, like, upset about it. It's a review, it's an opinion. It's not like she was stating fact that the game sucks. She was just saying why she didn't like the ending. And then people were saying, well, it's not canon. That Bayo John was never canon, but, like, it pretty much was. Kamiya tweeted about it. There's a whole bunch of official artwork with them together. John is listed to say, like, she's the only one that Bayo would let watch her back. Like, that's just the they were roommates thing. Like, they were never confirmed. Like, they were literally, because Kamiya literally tweeted something like, what's your favorite Platinum Games couple? And it was like Bayo John and, some other ones from other games that I haven't played yet. I forget. Oh, it was like Dante and Trish, I believe her name is. So yeah. So people were mad at that. I'm like, I don't know why people are mad at that. I think she was just saying, because, like, to me, I think Bayonetta represents, she's kind of, like, free from, like, I don't think commitment fits the Bayonetta character, right? So if what I took from that review is true, and that really sucks for the character, honestly. And I get why people would be mad at that, because I really do think this character does, like, I don't even want her to be with John. I think John would be the one person she would be with. But I don't think a commitment works with this character, because, like, part of her thing is just being free, right? She's free to do whatever she wants. So, I don't know, I feel like putting her in any relationship sucks. But Bayonetta 2 kind of sucked for the character anyway, so it's not like... I mean, and that Bayonetta 2 wasn't the worst, and it might not be, it might not be too bad after Bayonetta 3, depending on what happens. So, for what we know, I would say, I'm not going to judge the ending yet. I do agree that, if it does end up being Bayo Luca, which would really suck, I'm gonna be mad, but less because, well, one, I think people were kind of like, kind of disrespectful of bi people for saying that she was instantly straight for dating one guy, and it's like a problem right now. But that's like a whole issue. Like, that's just like a societal issue, and I'm talking about it in a Bayonetta 3 thing. So, so eventually, people get mad, and now I have my own personal thing here, because as a joke, I put on the Reddit, I put, and yeah, people were being mean. There were posts on the Reddit, and, like, and people were saying that, the straights have invaded. It was pretty funny, but, like, the actual, like, content, like, there was no reason for people to get mad at that. It was an opinion thing. It was, like, it wasn't even, like, she said this is a fact. She was just saying her opinion on the ending, which sucks as a review thing. She probably won't get reviews from Nintendo again, but I still think people are being way too harsh. But now on the actual game, there's been so much drama around this game, which maybe that fits Bayonetta, but yeah, there's been a lot of drama. So now we're done with the drama. What's the actual game looking like, right? So I've been fortunate enough to see. Oh my God! Wait, what? I don't remember this. I don't remember that. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I would like to say I did replay Bayonetta 1 and 2 before this game came out. Before Bayo 3 came out. Bayo 2, I think I like it a little better now that I replayed it. I think it has a great art style, better than 3's, which I'll get to in a second. And 1 is probably still my favorite of the series. It'll probably always be my favorite. It's a very good game, one of my favorites of all time. Blah, blah, blah. So, Bayonetta 3. Firstly, I'll talk about, like, designs and art styles, right? So, like, the art style, I'm not a bit... Hello? My controller died. That sucks. Oh, I die. Okay, well. So, essentially, I think the game's art style is not very good. Um, like, it's fine. I don't think it's superior to 2 in any way. But I think it's not as good as it could be, right? I think the realistic the realistic textures kind of throw it off a bit. And I don't really like how the realism looks, and I'm sure it has something to do with a more serious story or something. But like just from it looks pretty wise. I think Bayonetta 2 will always be superior because it also runs better, because as we've been hearing, the game barely can reach 60 FPS and is always flip-flopping between 45 and 60, which sounds awful. And I'm hoping it's not too noticeable. Reviewers have been saying it runs crispy. So I don't know if maybe Digital Foundry is wrong or something. But yeah, that's a crazy one. Like that's I'm gonna have to wait to be, because that's a crazy number for a Switch game that they've already made 2 games on the Switch. You think they'd have the experience to make a game that looks good and also runs well. And I would say it looks good. However, again, I don't like the art style. I've seen a couple bits of animation. What fell? Okay, I've seen a couple bits of animation from the game, specifically from Enzo, that looks really good. And the animation's good. It's just the art style, like the way it looks, I don't like. I don't like the realism of it, right? So that mixed with this low resolution that I've seen in, people who got it early were posting screenshots, and it's all early stuff, so I didn't see anything big, but like it looked bad. Like it looked fuzzy from my phone, and I don't know if it's Twitter compression, if it was Switch share compression, the Twitter compression, that might have hurt it. But it was bad. Like and I'm usually not the person to go, oh my god, 1080. I mean, no, only 720p. This is awful. But like I saw the fuzziness, and I'm hoping it's just really bad compression, because that would be, if it looks worse than Xenoblade 3 and Xenoblade 2 and Xenoblade 1. I don't know what to say, because those games are definitely more graphically intensive. That's just poor, poor optimization at that point. That's right, that's the word. I'm a game design major and I can't even remember what optimization is. Optimization? I don't even know. But yeah, and then soundtrack-wise though, I've heard only Whispers of Density apparently. Whispers of Destiny is the only one I've heard from the soundtrack. Ooh, that song is amazing. I don't like that it, implies Bayonetta, which I'll talk about later when I talk about the story. But that song is amazing. That's probably my favorite Bayonetta theme. Better than Tomorrow's Mine, better than Mysterious Destiny. Fly Me to the Moon might be still my favorite battle song. And maybe the patch a slot version of Red and Black might be superior, but like it's a really good theme. Like it's really good. And I always catch myself humming it. It's really good. It's a really good song. Everything else I've heard in trailers. I've heard the Let's Dance Boys remix. I've heard remixes of the Heavy theme, I think. Is that what it's called? The Heavies? From Bayonetta 1? I'm surprised they're remixing that, first of all. But also, it's really good. I mean, all the soundtrack sounds really good, which is kind of to be expected at this point, right? So I'd be more surprised if it was bad. But it's a really good soundtrack so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to hear more, even more remixes, even more, just more craziness out of the soundtrack. Like that French Bayonetta could have a crazy theme. Like if each Bayonetta has a theme based on their country they kind of represent, that'd be kind of awesome. But so yeah, that's the soundtrack. Gameplay wise, of course, it's Bayonetta. It looks kind of similar to Bayonetta 2 in a way, and that's fine. That looks good. It looks fun to play. It always will be fun to play because it's Bayonetta. That Demon Slave mechanic, I believe it's called. That looks fun. I'm kind of worried it kind of slows down the combat a little bit. That might be a little worrying. But besides that, it looks really fun. So if I can keep the flow of combat, because like Bayonetta combat is fast, and I think it works best when it's fast. So if that Demon Slave mechanic slows it down, that'll suck. Same with the The one where she wraps her around, I think it's called Masquerade form, if I remember right. That form, you know, when she covers herself with like Madame Butterfly or Madame Butterfly. When she, I don't know why I said Madame. I'm thinking about Van Damme Xenoblade a lot, I guess, because I was doing a side quest. Madame Butterfly, if you know, when her transforming mechanic, that also looks like it slows down the game, and that's another thing I'm worried about. But those two things, I mean, they look fun. They look, once it goes, it looks fun, but it looks like I'm scared that Demon Slave especially looks like it'll slow down the combat, while Masquerade form looks like it'll be like a cutscene and then you're back to normal combat, which is fine. But Demon Slave form really does scare me in terms of speed, right? So I'm just gonna be hoping for the best, I guess, with that, because I mean, I feel like that'll be by design. So like they can't patch that out if it does suck. So yeah, and then now I guess that's all I had for gameplay really. I mean, Bayonetta gameplay I can't really say much because I know I'll enjoy it, right? Like I know it'll be fun. If I'll be more surprised if it's not fun than if it's bad. Like if it's, I'd be more surprised if it's not fun, if anything. And I don't think it's gonna be not fun. If anything, it'll feel a little off when I do the Demon Slave mechanic. That's the only thing I'm worried about. So gameplay wise, it looks great. It looks like we got rid of those like cutscenes where they, if I find a clip of it, but I don't want to look up Bayonetta actually. But you know those cutscenes that would show and they were like filmed in Bayonetta 1 and then in Bayonetta 2 they were clocks? I'm really scared about those because those don't look like they're in Bayonetta 3, and maybe they don't show them in the trailers, but I think I heard reviewers say that it's not in Bayonetta 3, which is a shame. I do kind of like those stylistically, and I think it's a little better than running, like just seeing a still of the characters walking or standing there or walking around. So I mean, I'm sure it's part of the reason it was, you know, took 5 years, which is another thing. Actually, this fourth story, let's talk about that 5 years wait, right? So typically that means it was in development hell, right? Unless they announced it like right as they decided to make a Bayonetta 3. And that worries me a little because 5 years and it looks like it's going to be a little bit longer than Bayonetta 1 and 2, but not like by a lot, which is crazy for a game that took 5 years. I feel like I was kind of expecting a longer game. I really wanted it to be a longer game because, you know, after a 5 year wait, I'm getting pretty tired of playing the same Bayonetta levels. And I was just waiting for that 5 years, and it feels like if it's like shorter than 15 hours, I feel a little bad about that. I mean, if it's 15 hours, that's not gonna like I'm not gonna, again, when I make my full Bayonetta review, which I will be doing, Bayonetta 3 review, if it's 15 hours, I'm not gonna think worse of it, right? I'll be a little disappointed, but I'm not gonna think worse of it. But if it's like 10 hours, like if it's the length of Bayonetta 2, which was much shorter than Bayonetta 1, that'll suck. That'll really suck. Bayonetta 2's ending also kind of sucks. I'm hoping this one has a really good ending. And yeah, story time. So I don't know much about that. I don't know what's happening in this story. I forgot to move. I don't know what's happening in this story. I think we're going around the multiverse to stop the Singularity, whoever that is. So I guess I'll talk about the elephant in the room story-wise, which is Bayo Luca. I don't think they're bad in the sense of, you know, it's a straight relationship. Although I do think for the character it'll only make sense if she dates John or doesn't date at all. And I prefer not date at all because I feel like it's against the character to date, you know? Which I would say, people need to learn that, like, even the people who make the characters can write the characters poorly in a sequel, right? Like, you don't, like, you can still, what's it called? Critique how the character's written, even if you didn't make the character. Like, I saw people going, well, you didn't make the character, so why are you complaining? Like they want this for the characters. Like, you can still poorly write a character if you've made that character. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Oh, I know. People hate how they wrote Luke and Han and Leia in Return of the Jedi, whatever, Last Jedi. That's the 8th one, right? There's Last Jedi, the 9th one. I don't know. Oh, Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, so Last Jedi, like, people hated how they wrote Luke and stuff, and that's the same thing here. Like, it's still, even if they made the character, you can still write it poorly, and I guess that's a bad example because it's written by different people, but you know what I'm saying. Even the creators of the character can write a character poorly in a sequel, and I think people need to learn that because they're being unnecessarily mean towards this person who's critiquing how a character ended up. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the story. Oh no, it's not. Wait. So I don't want Bayo Luca to be a thing. I'm so sorry. So I don't want Bayonetta to be a thing because I feel like it's kind of creepy. Because Bayonetta knew him as like a kid, right? And I think that's kind of creepy. And he knows Bayonetta as a kid, as he called her, Cerecita, right? Like, I don't know. It feels really weird, especially if this is Cerecita, and she dates Luca. That's really weird. That's really weird. That's more than an age gap. That's like, I don't know. It's weird, and I don't. That's why I don't want Bayonetta to be a thing. I feel like that would hurt the character and not make sense and be kind of creepy, which is why I'm kind of worried that it seems like that's what happens. So I'm going in with an open mind with story-wise, but I've heard the stories ends really weirdly and not good, which would suck. Again, I've been waiting for this game for a while. I really want it to be good. I really want to enjoy it, and as time goes on, it gets kind of hard to be excited for it with all this, controversy, the voice actress thing. It takes a lot of that excitement out of you. But it's a 5 years wait. I'm still be excited to play it. Now when it comes out, I will not be playing I wanted to do a let's play, but I thought I kind of want to enjoy this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it and then I'll review it, which might take a minute, but don't worry, a review will come out because I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about the game. Let's see, story, graphics, soundtrack. I guess we can talk about marketing and how weird it's been. They're marketing it pretty well now, but yeah, at first they just revealed a teaser trailer and said it's now in development. Did they literally think of the idea, make the teaser trailer, and then like greenlight it? Like that's what I think happened, and it's kind of sucks that they did that because then we ended up waiting so long. Sorry, I'm burping. Yeah, it ended up making us wait so long that it became kind of desperate, and I think maybe it was a marketing tactic. Like maybe they purposely waited so long because they knew people would get more excited for it once it did come out. Which, I mean, that is certainly a marketing. But it's not like Kingdom Hearts where they had spin-offs between. Like, Bayonetta had nothing. Did the anime come out after 2 or 1? I think it came out after 1. So yeah, between 2 and 1, all we've had is like the Smash, like her and Smash. And that's it. And we have ports on the Switch, but that doesn't really count. That's a new game, new content. I don't think there was much new content. So yeah. So marketing's been weird, but I'm glad it's finally coming out. It feels good to finally have it almost here. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the game. I mean, it's taken some of the excitement out of me, all this craziness, but I'm glad that finally I can kind of play Bayonetta 3. It feels like it's been so long since Bayonetta 3 got like announced, and I just want to play it. I just want to finally play it, and I'm really excited to. And I'm excited to give you guys my opinion on it, because I'm sure that'll be a hot topic once people start getting to the ending. So it now comes out in about 2 hours and 40 minutes. And that's all I really have to say, I think. So I'm going to finish this witch trial or die, and then the video will be over. My next video will have a Fortnite card giveaway, probably, maybe. So stay tuned for that. My next video will not actually, because my next video will be a secret surprise that I've been cooking up. Part of why I got this capture card I'm using. And I'm really excited to do that one, because that one's going to be a fun one. Because that one's like one that'll take a lot out of me. So I'm really excited for that one. And I'm really excited for you guys to play, to be there with me. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Bayonetta 3. Oh, I will do this for Sonic Frontiers 2, which I have a good amount to say because I don't know much about Sonic Frontiers, right? I feel like it comes out so soon, and yet I know nothing about what happens. I don't know. We don't know about the Knuckles thing. I don't know if Shadow will be in it, and I'm a big Shadow fan, so I really want Shadow to be in it. It sucks that we don't know much. I feel like I don't know anything. I feel like I'm going into a game that I don't know anything about, which is kind of fun in the terms of I don't know any spoilers, but it kind of sucks in terms of like expectations, because I don't know if I'm going to find this game fun or not. All I know, this game could like really suck. Like this game could be worse at Forces somehow. And at least it won't be that, because it'll at least be fun to mess around in. That's a shame. Alright. That's been the state of Bayonetta 3, as this one was kind of rushed, I know. We only had 40 minutes before, or no, 2 hours. We only had 2 hours before the game came out, so I really wanted to get this out. So this one's a little rushed, but I hope to like kind of make this a every time I play, I'm about to play a game on day one, you know. I talk about its state right before it comes out. Talk about my expectations. And for Bayonetta 3, I'm excited, but caution. I'm caution. What's it called? I'm like cautiously excited, right? I'm like excited, but I'm not getting my hopes up that it'll be amazing. So thank you if you've watched up to here. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. YouTube gave me community, which is very nice. I'll get to update you guys whenever a video is, you know, in production, or maybe it's delayed. On James is Dead 2, I'll be able to update you guys. It'll be great. It'll be great. Have a great night, everyone. I hope you guys all enjoy Bayonetta 3. It's almost time. It's been 1,785 days since it got announced. And that's a crazy number. Jesus, we were almost at 2,000. Oh my god. God, it's been so long. 5 years is really 2,000 days. Wow. Huh. I don't know. It's been crazy. I know I said it's hard to be excited, but it's been 5 years. I'm excited. I'm just kind of tired out from all the drama. Alright. Have a great time, everybody, with Bayonetta 3. But next time you'll see me, it'll be post Bayonetta 3. Maybe. Depending on how long the game is. My next video will be a fun one. Please look forward to it. It's spent a good amount of money on it. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Alright. Have a good one. Please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys next time. That was cringe. Jesus Christ.